This is Retirement Keys with Anthony Congemi from Crescent City Retirement Group. When a part of your financial strategy is out of tune, your long-term goals, your retirement savings, and your legacy can all suffer. With many years of experience in the financial industry, Anthony provides his clients and prospects with the information they need regarding Social Security, retirement income planning, wealth management, and much more. Listen in as we address your financial concerns and provide helpful solutions to put you on the path to achieving your retirement goals. And now, here is Retirement Keys with your host, Anthony Congemi.
Welcome to another financial show of Retirement Keys. I'm Anthony Congemi from Crescent City Retirement Group. We have our fabulous co-host once again today, Mr. Tony Shore. We couldn't do the show without Tony, for sure. He's an unbelievable wealth of knowledge, and we really appreciate Tony being with us today. Tony, how are you, sir?
Well, that was a great intro. I don't know if I deserve all that, but thank you, Anthony. Thanks for having me on your show. And really, you're the wealth of knowledge, no pun intended. And I'm just here to ask you some hopefully interesting questions. And we always have fun doing the radio show together, but I've had a great week, just looking forward to spring and summer and getting excited about all that. But how are things going there at Crescent City Retirement?
Things are good, Tony. Spring is in the air. We're starting to, it's starting to see some dragonflies flying around, and it's starting to warm up a little bit. So we're just off Mardi Gras, So now we're in our season of Lent and going into spring. So just really, looking forward to doing the show with you today, Tony. But yeah, we've just been busy with our clients and busy with our families. Like I say, we just came off Mardi Gras. We were talking before we got on air. I'd love to have you come out. We'll be doing come out to a Mardi Gras. I think you'd probably enjoy it. Have you seen Mardi Gras or any kind of carnival, Tony?
I have not. I have never been to Mardi Gras, and I need to do that. And I know how wonderful the city is, New Orleans, and I would love to attend that or just hang out there some more with you. I know we're looking to get together again soon. We obviously get together every week on the radio. But yeah, it would be fun to come out there and experience some of that. I guess Mardi Gras is the best. My mom and dad have visited New Orleans many times, and they've been to Mardi Gras. So they loved it the time they went. So
yeah, well, it's definitely something to experience, and we would certainly love to have you. And we'd like to really get what we're talking today on our show, Tony, about Retire with a Purpose. So the Retirement Income Toolkit. Tell us what you know about that.
Well, yeah, the Retirement Income Toolkit, I know that it's a great tool that you have for your clients and for our listeners out there to get them started on a retirement plan. It kind of helps them understand what they need in order to retire with a purpose. It's kind of a workbook, especially if a couple, they can sit down and go through it. Okay, when do you each plan on retiring? How much money do you think you have saved up? What type of retirement accounts do you have? You just go through and list things. Do you have a will? Who would be your beneficiary designations on your assets? Things like that, just to get you thinking about this and get everything organized to start creating that plan to retire with a purpose. And I know that that's what you help your clients do. And so I have to ask you, do you have clients or people who have just come to you who are preparing for retirement that are concerned about how they're going to spend time in retirement? Because that's part of all this too.
It is, Tony, and we do have many clients that are concerned about how they're going to spend their days in retirement. Many clients have this idea that they want to travel or see the world, spend time with their grandchildren, their loved ones, and these are all great goals to have, but we believe there's so many other opportunities a retiree can experience that not only fills their days, but gives them a sense of purpose. According to the study published, Tony, in 2014 in the Psychology Science called Purpose in Life, as a predictor of mortality across adulthood, having a sense of purpose can potentially add years to someone's life. The report went on to say that people they studied who felt they had a purpose or a direction in life outlived those who didn't. And I can attest to that, Tony. I see so many people as they retire, and it just seems like the people that really are fulfilled, they have their days full, they do things they love, whether it's gardening or golfing or fishing or hunting or grandkids or travel or learning new things, taking classes, a foreign language, volunteering, so many things that our clients get involved in. But I can just say the ones that really do have a purpose and a plan and really are giving back to the community in retirement seem to have a much more fulfilling retirement, a joyful retirement than some of the folks that I've known and clients and even in my own family that really didn't have much of that going into retirement and didn't have the fulfilling retirement that it could have been, Tony.
Right, and when you talk to people about having a purposeful retirement, quote unquote purposeful, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, so a purposeful retirement is different for every person. Some find purpose in spending time with their family, traveling, volunteering. Purpose in life is defined in the Merriam-Webster as the feeling of being determined to do or achieve something, the aim or goal of an individual. So purpose in retirement gives you the sense that your daily activities matter. You're giving back, you're serving. I find that sometimes my clients may feel like they're losing their sense of purpose after they retire. I like to provide as much help as possible with their retirement, and helping them find things to pursue in their retirement is important. And so I would say, Tony, that really it is about giving back and serving others and doing things that are really fulfilling for you. And all of that helps create that purpose that we all really need, Tony, to be happy.
Well, yeah, and so why is it so important that we find purpose in retirement? Obviously, you just mentioned one right there. We want to be happy when we retire, right?
Of course. Retiring is a life event that will change your lifestyle. And I believe this type of planning is almost as important as the financial aspect. Having a retirement plan as far as how you will live in retirement will help you determine what you want in retirement to look like. So you might ask yourself, do you want to travel? How often do you want to travel? Do you want to continue working? Some people will get in other careers that may not have paid what the initial careers paid, but this is something they're real passionate about. A lot of times they'll volunteer and for not for any monetary value, but just for the fulfillment of it. Do you want to take up new activities? Some people will start, as I say, playing golf or hunting or fishing or going to the gym, swimming, walking, gardening. So the answer to these questions can help plan out how you would want to spend your days in retirement and what you think your retirement should look like. And I would say, Tony, it is just so important to really get an idea. And it doesn't have to be, extremely regimented, like in a typical work day when you were employed, but certainly some ideas about how often you'll be doing certain activities and having some structure in your days and in your weeks and in your months is so important. And, it almost sounds I don't know, maybe trivial in a way, like sure, that just stands to reason. But Tony, I can tell you, this retirement is a major life-changing event, and I see it so many times over. We have so many, our clients are all retirees or pre-retirees, and a lot of times, people that are not prepared, all of a sudden they just find themselves more or less lost, if you will, until they can really get their hands and head wrapped around this retirement lifestyle. So starting to think about that beforehand, I would say, is going to be a real important exercise. And Tony, I would just like to say that if you're listening and you don't have a formal retirement plan and you'd like to see what one looks like or compare our retirement planning to the one you're doing now or the advisor you're working with, make a good comparison. By all means, take advantage of this special offer. Listeners, I have a very special offer for you today. The next 20 people that call in will receive a complimentary consultation, a copy of my book titled The Keys to a Stress-Free Retirement, and a personalized Social Security Rule of 100 report, all at no charge. All you have to do is call now to set up that complimentary consultation, and the book and personalized report are yours, all at no cost with no obligation. Call Crescent City Retirement Group at 504-828-2171 now. If you get our voicemail, please leave your name and number and mention this radio show. The number again is 504-828-2171. You don't want to miss this amazing opportunity.
And welcome back to Retirement Keys with Anthony Congemi. I'm your co-host, Tony Shore. And Anthony, in this show, you've been talking about having a purposeful retirement and how it's good to be ready with some options to fill your time. We've talked about filling that income gap and income in retirement, but you also have to incorporate a plan for a lifestyle and filling time. What are some ideas you can give us to stay motivated and active during retirement?
Well, there are multiple ways to keep motivated when working days and over such exercises. I suggest, for instance, Tony, joining a gym. That's really a good place to start. Not only does exercise provide physical release, but also mental release. Even if you're confined to a wheelchair, you can still move your arms and to provide better physical and mental health. And you can make new friends at a gym where you can participate in self-reinforcing activities. Another way is volunteering, as we mentioned earlier. Volunteering can connect you to your community, give you a sense of purpose, and most importantly, make an impact in someone else's life. That whole serving and service, which is so fulfilling. You can also consider to begin working again. Working may be the last thing on your mind, but you could work somewhere that you have always wanted to, but never could afford it. A lot of times people get jobs that they really enjoy, but it's really not about the money. Again, it's about really just the passion that they have for that particular service. So it's all sorts of things out here, Tony, that if you just think about and put a little time in, you can really customize and tailor a retirement lifestyle, and that really provides that purpose, that joy, that fulfillment that can really make for just such a beautiful retirement, Tony.
Yeah, and I think these are some great ideas. What else can you share with us?
Well, there's so many other ways to help create purposeful retirement. You now have time to pursue and continue your favorite hobbies. List of some of your favorite pastimes and begin taking them up. You may need to alter your hobbies to fit your physical abilities, but don't let that stop you from pursuing what you love to do most. You can even become a political activist, maybe even more so than you may have been in working years. Also, due to your older years and experience, you might have insight can be beneficial to city council meetings and country commissioner meetings and department meetings. You can also help campaign for favorite candidates by making phone calls from the comfort of your own home or even going door to door. So there's many things that, when we're working, things that we're passionate about that we're not able to do because of time constraints. And now retired, we can really, give back to the community and really get involved in causes and campaigns and even political agendas that we feel passionate about, and we have more time to pursue those interests, Tony.
Wow. Well, yeah, these are great ideas. Good information. Keep it coming. What else do you have for us?
Well, Tony, another way to find purpose is to, some people go back to school. They have various colleagues in universities that allow for seniors to take classes at no cost to them. You can go to Senior Planet. You can always try something new. Retirement does not mean you retire from being active from life. It means now you have the freedom to try whatever interests you. There are just so many ways you can find purpose in retirement. Ultimately, it's up to you and how you want to spend your days. And so there's so much out there, Tony, so much out there that people can get involved in. And the beauty of it is it's all things that now you can do that you're truly interested in, you're truly passionate about. It's not doing something because of a paycheck or because of, financial responsibilities that have to be met. If you've developed a good retirement plan, a well-rounded, a well-thought-out retirement income plan, your income needs, your healthcare needs, your estate planning needs are all met. You've addressed that inside of your retirement plan, the financial aspect of your retirement. And now you're free to really have some purpose in retirement, which frankly, that's, in my mind, what it's all about. I mean, it's about having the financial aspects done so you can enjoy the things that you really want to do.
Yeah. And I think that's really important. I mean, there's so much to look forward to, but do you find some people have a difficult time making plans to have a purpose in retirement?
Absolutely, Tony. It can be hard. Much of retirement is centered on bridging the income gap from working years to non-working years. But how do you bridge the psychological and physical toll retirement can often take? You can plan and plan and plan for retirement, but until you experience it, you can never really know what to expect. This can cause some difficulty when planning how you want to spend your days in retirement. It's helpful to talk to other people who are retired and collect information from them on what worked for them and what didn't work for them. So really talking, and a lot of times, Tony, will do, and for our listening audience, those of you that are not clients, that may not be on our mailing list, by all means, please get on our newsletter mailing list, because we do so many events. We have all sorts of social events that we do here at our firm, and this is a great way to get together and mingle with pre-retirees, but also many that are already retired. And boy, I tell you, you get a sense when you start talking to people that are enjoying their retirement, having a fulfilling retirement, or frankly, for people that are not enjoying their retirement, you can talk to those folks too and really glean some good information on, hey, what's working, what's not working, and how do you want to spend your time in retirement. But really, learning from your peers is a great way to do that, and going to some of our appreciation events, client events, and just participating and seeing other folks and talking to other folks that are retiring and are retired successfully is really a big help too, Tony.
Right, and I think we need to take another quick break here. Anthony, is there anything you want to add before we do?
Well, I would just like to encourage you, if you're listening this morning and you would like a formal retirement plan, you'd like to see how your retirement's going to look as it relates to income and taxes and health care and estate planning. If you just want to see, how does my retirement look? How are we on track? By all means, give us a call or take advantage of this special offer. Listeners, I have a very special offer for you today. The next 20 people that call in will receive a complimentary consultation, a copy of my book titled The Keys to a Stress-Free Retirement, and a personalized Social Security Rule of 100 report, all at no charge. All you have to do is call now to set up that complimentary consultation, and the book and personalized report are yours, all at no cost with no obligation. call Crescent City Retirement Group at 504-828-2171 now. If you get our voicemail, please leave your name and number and mention this radio show. The number again is 504-828-2171. You don't want to miss this amazing opportunity.
And welcome back to our last segment for this episode of Retirement Keys with our host, Anthony Congemi. I'm your co-host, Tony Shore. And in the first two segments, Anthony, you were talking about the benefits to having a purposeful retirement and ways to fill our days once we retire. So once somebody's decided how they want to fulfill all those days in retirement, how do you help them find ways to financially support these choices?
Well, Tony, that's a great question. And there are many ways to still do things you love on a fixed income. For example, if you love to golf, but you can't afford a yearly membership, some courses offer volunteer opportunities as a course starter, for example, which allows them to often play free of charge and socialize with other members with the same interests. Also, most retirees want to travel. There's ways to save on travel expenses, including choosing off-peak times to travel or visit countries that have lower currency exchange rates. Home swapping has become a big thing to help save on travel costs. If you're willing to admit your age, there are senior and AARP discounts on hotels and cars and attractions. Or maybe you want to spend your retirement days at a beach. Owning oceanfront property may not be the most cost-effective way to go, but living a couple of blocks inland may prove to be a more affordable, and you still have access to a great beach. It's helpful to know how you can save in retirement in order to participate in all the activities that you want to do in retirement. It's really, Tony, so many options. I can just think, I have clients, I can't tell you how many clients I have that cruise. We have cruise ships that leave right out of New Orleans, and they're on these lists. And, 2 or 3 days before the cruise actually leaves, you wouldn't believe the specials that these cruise lines offer, because they're just at that point, if it's a couple days before the ship leaves, the cruises are cut in half, 50, 60, sometimes 70% discounts. I have clients that go on cruises, they stay out for a week, and they're paying very, very inexpensive, going to some beautiful Caribbean cruises right out of New Orleans. But they're retired, they're on a list, they're able to, at the drop of a hat, boom, they can go. They don't have to plan for months in advance to be off work. So there's so many little things that retirees do that they can really take advantage of some substantial discounts and really have a fulfilling retirement. So many different activities out here and groups that cater to retirees. So it's just a matter of looking into various opportunities that are out there, Tony, but many things you can do to really fill your days, weeks, months, and years to have a real purposeful and enjoyable retirement.
All right. Well, wow, these are great ideas. So are there any other ways we can save in retirement to achieve that lifestyle we've worked so hard for?
Yes, there are. There's other ways to save in retirement. Can be as simple as taking advantage of discounts. It's important to pay attention when the discounts apply, or if a discount isn't advertised, always ask. Usually there is one. You can save money on food as well. It may be easier to go out to eat, but cooking at home is a great step to saving money. And planning out your meals for the week can help save on groceries, which help curb your impulse to buy. So many ways to plan, so many ways to enjoy retirement, Tony. It really, as I say, the financial aspect, as you know, in our retirement plans, we talk a lot about the 5 keys to a retirement plan. being estate and legacy planning, health care, and investment strategy, income planning, and taxes. Really are the 5 areas that we think are the pillars, if you will, of any sound retirement plan. But if you have your plan in place and you have a purpose for retirement and you really have a fulfilling retirement with travel and friends and family and all of those things work together, Tony, for a really could be, we talk about the golden years, and we work hard to achieve this freedom, this lifestyle, and it really can be all those things, Tony. And I am a witness. I have a front row seat witness of many retirees that are really enjoying their retirement stress-free. They know they have a well-rounded financial retirement plan. They know their ducks are in a row. They know they've really have a well thought out plan, and they're enjoying their retirement, their fulfillment, service, and passion for retirement. And I would just wish that on all of our listening audience. So I would encourage you, if you don't have a retirement plan, or if you would like to compare and look at a formal retirement plan and all the aspects of it, not complicated, very easy to look at, but in a very methodical and structured way, by all means, give our office a call, visit us online at crescentcityretirement.com, or take advantage of our special offer.
Thank you for listening to Retirement Keys. Don't pay too much for taxes or retire without a sound income plan. For more information, please contact Anthony Congemi at Crescent City Retirement Group. Call 504-828-2171 or visit the website at crescentcityretirement.com. All matters discussed during this show are for informational purposes only. Each individual situation may vary, and the opinions expressed here may not apply to everyone. Materials presented are believed to be from reliable sources, and no representations can be made as to its accuracy. All ideas and information should be discussed in detail with one of our qualified representatives prior to implementation. Anthony Congemi and Crescent City Retirement Group are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency.